Hello. If you have 2 blocks at home, go ahead and grab them now, placing them nearby. If you don't, you can begin to step to the top of the mat. Plant all 4 corners of your feet into the mat, opening the palms by your sides. Create a sense of connection to the earth. Long inhalation through the nose. Exhale, let go of any thoughts or ideas that aren't serving you. Reach the arms overhead. Palms touch. Begin to reach the palms towards the back of the mat, mini back bend. Bring the palms through to your heart center. Today we're working on the heart chakra. The Anahata, or heart chakra, is the seat of the divine self, Atma. Some divine qualities of the heart are bliss, harmony, love, understanding, clarity, and purity. When the energy of the Anahata Chakra flows up towards spiritual consciousness, our feelings are expressed by bhakti, divine love and devotion. However, if our consciousness sinks down, our emotions become confused and unbalanced. It is then that desire, jealousy, and sadness can overwhelm us. The simple act of deep breathing can bring peace and calmness to the heart and remove stuck or negative energy from the heart chakra. So let's begin to open the heart. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Open the chest. Take a deep breath here. Pulling the knuckles towards the ground. Lifting through the heart. Release the palms and reach the arms overhead. Hinge from the hips. Fold, holding onto the backs of your ankles. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Step back to plank. Align yourself, palms underneath the shoulders. Take a chaturanga, up dog or cobra. And push back to downward dog. Press the heels down towards the ground, opening the back of your calves. Micro bend into the knees and release the chest a little closer to the legs. Extend back through the legs and gently release the knees to the mat. Stack the limbs here, palms underneath shoulders, knees underneath hip points. Let's flow through some cat-cows. You'll begin by inhaling and curling the tailbone upwards, dipping the belly. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, arch through the back, push into the palms. Move with your breath. You want your breath to lead here. So take some cat-cows here at your own pace, finding any other intuitive movement that might call to you here. I like to rock back and forth gently while holding my cat. Coming into cow, dipping the belly, pressing into the palms. Next time you meet in cow, begin to bring your spine back to neutral. Make sure you have enough room behind you. Extend the right leg. Rock back and forth, pressing the toes into the mat. Lift the right foot. Curl the knee into the chest. Exhale, extend through the right leg. Inhale, curl the knee in, squeeze, and exhale, extend. Relax through the jaw and the facial muscles. Next time you curl the right knee in, step it forward. Lightly press into the fingertips, lifting the chest. Soft breaths. Begin to reach the arms overhead, pressing the hips forward and gaze upwards. Bring attention back to the breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Start to look towards the left leg and release the left hand near the left ankle, extending through the right arm and opening the heart space. Notice the sensation into the chest and the low back. Lift the left palm to meet the right, extending both arms overhead. Center the hands around the front foot. Half splits. Pull the right hip crease back and extend through the right leg. Fold. You can arch through the spine. Relax the upper body. Bend into the front knee, low lunge. Step it back, finding tabletop. Let's extend through the left leg. Press the toes into the ground and rock back and forth. Focus on your breath as you move and notice in what moments you've caught yourself holding your breath. Lift the left foot, square the hips, curl the knee into the chest. Exhale, extend. 3 more times. On the last time, step the foot through. Staying here for a moment and enjoying a nice release into the hips. Reach the arms overhead and then start to bend into the front knee more, lifting the chest and gazing upwards. Coming into your heart opener, release the right hand towards the right ankle, extending the left arm towards the back. Maintain the integrity of the pose by keeping the legs active and extending through the chest and upper body towards the back of the mat. Right palm lifts and meets the left, both arms overhead. Place the palms to the top of the mat, half splits. Extending through the left leg this time. Flex the foot up towards the sky, so pointing the toes towards the ceiling or sky. Folding here. On the next inhale, bend into the left knee, finding a low lunge again. Step it back, meeting in tabletop. If you did grab 2 blocks at home, we'll be incorporating them now. We have 2 options here. If you don't have blocks, you can begin walking the hands towards the front of the mat, melting the heart towards the earth, child's pose. You can place the palms together and bring the palms towards the back of the neck. Notice the sensation between the shoulder blades. If you do have blocks, place the 2 blocks to the middle of the mat. You want enough space between the 2 blocks so you can rest your head between. Once you have them placed, begin to bend into the elbows and place them to the center of the blocks. Palms will touch and reach them up and overhead, so placing them towards the back of the neck. You can rest your head onto the mat. Take a deep breath into the chest. Deep exhale through the nose. Start to extend through the arms and lift the elbows if you had them placed on the blocks. Remove the blocks from the mat. If you are not using the blocks, you can just start to extend through the arms and then lift the head, walking the hands towards the body. Let's lift our seat up and press back to downward dog. Pedal your dog, lifting one heel up and pressing the other down, alternating on your exhale. Press both heels towards the mat now. Feel the sensation into the back of the calves. Micro bend into the knees and walk to the top of the mat. Release the upper body, forward fold. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Pull the knuckles towards the sky. Opening through the heart. And gently release the fingers towards the ground. Halfway lift, straight back, fold. Reach the arms overhead. Anjali Mudra, palms touch at the heart space. Release the palms by your side. We're going to flow through 3 Surya A's, warming up the body. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Down dog. Bend into the knees, step or hop forward. Halfway lift, fold. Rise, reaching the arms overhead. Palms come through to heart center. Twice more. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Fold. Halfway lift. Plank. Chaturanga. Down dog. Step or hop forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Rise up to standing. Anjali Mudra by the heart. Take a moment here to connect with the breath. For the last Surya A, really try to move with intention and feel the rhythm out. Let's reach the arms overhead. Fold. Halfway lift. Step back to plank or hop. Chaturanga. Downward dog. You can shake your head yes and no, releasing any neck tension. Take a moment here to really press the heels down towards the earth. Relax through the upper body. Let's micro bend into the knees and step or hop forward. Fold. Grab the backs of your ankles. Halfway lift. Fold. Rise, stacking the spine, and bring the palms to your heart center. We're going to stay here for a few moments, noticing what is coming up. So just take some time here to notice what thoughts are coming up for you. Bring attention to your breath. Maybe taking note of the quality. How is your heart rate? Your body temperature? Start to lift the heels, coming on to your tippy toes. Keeping the palms by your heart, bend into the knees slowly and lower the seat to the ground. We're going to activate the core so we can open the heart space further. Make sure you have enough space behind you so that you can lie on your back. Once you're on your back, you can begin to walk the feet in closer to the body. Bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers. Enjoy the nice release into the shoulders. Let's begin to pick up the feet, hover the knees over the hip points. Bicycle right elbow to left knee. Inhale, bring it back to center, left elbow to right knee. Keep moving, letting the breath lead. Maintain that connection to the breath. One more time on each side. And let's hug both knees into the chest. Take a deep breath into the lungs and let's extend the legs towards the sky. If it's too much, you can keep the knees micro bent again, hovering them over the hip points. We're going to pulse here. Begin to lift the head and pulse the arms up towards the feet. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Avoid holding your breath here. And then hug the knees into the chest when you're ready. Extend through the legs and arms. Take a full body stretch. You can point the toes, holding onto opposite wrist. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day here. And exhale long through the mouth. Let's begin to release the arms by our sides, bend into the elbows and lift the chest. Extend through the arms, place the palms behind you. You want the fingers pointing towards the back of the mat. Reverse plank. Inhale, lift the seat, point the toes, keep pressing fully into the palms. Feel the sensation through the front of the body and into the deltoids. Slowly draw the chin in towards the chest and release the seat to the mat. Keep the right leg extended and bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Keep the right toes flexed. And let's start to place the right arm to the inside of the right leg. Maybe grabbing onto the outside edge of the right foot. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Deep stretch into the left side of the body. Maybe you wrap the left index finger around the big right toe. Keep the chest lifted. Don't collapse here. Breathe. Gently begin to release the left arm, lifting yourself up. Extend through the left leg this time. Right foot to the inside of the left leg. Straight spine, sitting nice and tall. Begin to walk the left arm to the inside of the left leg. If you can, reach for the outer edge of the left foot. Inhale into the right rib cage and reach the right arm up and overhead. If you can wrap the right index finger around the left big toe and spiral the heart towards the sky. This can feel quite intense, so make sure you're consciously bringing attention to your breath. Softly release the right arm and come to sit on the heels at the back of the mat. Resting the palms over the knees, sitting nice and tall. From the tailbone all the way up towards the neck. We're going to come into some back bends. Come onto the shins. Place the hands to the lower back. You don't want the elbows splaying out. Draw them in. From here, inhale, and on the exhale, push the hips forward and release the head towards the back. When you're ready, draw the chin in towards the chest and bring yourself back to center. We're going to transition into another variation of this back bend. So wrap the right arm underneath the left, eagle arm bind. Bring the elbows to shoulder height, and once you're ready, you're going to squeeze the inner thighs and lean back while maintaining the bind. Inhale to bring yourself back to center, release the bind. This time, wrap the left arm underneath the right, wrapping the arms once or twice for eagle arms. Elbows come to shoulder height. Begin to lean back once you're ready, squeezing the thighs, keeping the chest lifted. Inhale back to center, release the arms. Bring the hands to prayer position by the heart. We're going to move into full camel. Begin to reach the left arm back, resting it on the back of the left ankle, and then the right arm. Squeeze the inner thighs, open the heart space. If you feel like you have enough space, you can release the head. To get out of camel, you can release one palm by heart center and the other, lifting yourself back up. Sit back on the heels, flip the palms open to rest on the thighs. Softly breathe in and out. Tune in with your natural breath in this very moment. Let's start to release the forehead to the mat, restorative child's pose. Let the arms be heavy by your sides. Enjoy the stillness and your steady flow of breath. Let's lift the head and swing the legs to any side, finding a seat on the mat. You can scoot your seat towards the front of the mat and start to lower down onto your back. Hugging the knees into the chest, rocking side to side. Take it slow. Enjoy the release into the low back. Coming back to center, cross the left leg over the right. You can cross once or twice, wrapping the left foot around the back of the right ankle, taking eagle leg bind if you'd like. Release the knees to the right, bend into the left elbow and open through the chest, cactus arm. Soften through the muscles. Breathe into the twist. Lift the knees back to center. Wrap the right leg around the left once or twice. And release the knees to the left. Cactus arm the right arm, so bend into the right elbow and release the right shoulder towards the mat. Come back to your breath. Lift the knees back to center. Release the bind and walk the feet in close to the body. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to curl the tailbone up towards the sky and start to lift the hips. Slowly lifting all the way up towards the upper back. Begin to release the spine to the mat from upper back to tailbone. We'll move through this twice more, this time raising the arms overhead as you lift the hips. Squeeze the thighs, keep the arms overhead, and then release the back with intention, vertebra by vertebra. Last time, curl the tailbone towards the sky and lift the low back, mid back, and upper back. And on the exhale, release with the arms. There are two options now. You can take bridge with a bind, so lifting the hips up towards the sky, interlacing the fingers behind the back, and walking the shoulder blades in. Or you could choose to take wheel. If you're taking wheel, make sure the feet are hip width apart, bend into the elbows, place the palms above the shoulders, point the fingers towards the body, tuck the elbows in. You don't want them splaying out. Start to press into the palms, lift the head. From here, if you'd like, you can start to extend through the arms and lift the hips towards the sky. Opening the heart. Bring the focus back to your breath. To lower down, slowly place the crown of the head onto the mat, and then vertebra by vertebra, lower the back towards the mat. You can shake the wrists off, windshield wiper the legs left to right. Take a happy baby, bending into the knees and reaching for the outside of your feet. You can rock side to side, or you can choose to stay still. Listen to what the body needs. Release hold of the feet, keeping the knees bent. We're going to move into plow. To extend the legs towards the sky, press the palms into the mat by your sides. Reach the toes up and overhead. If this is too much, you can take a shoulder stand, staying with the legs extended towards the sky and the palms resting to the low back for support. If you're in plow, you can take a bind by walking the hands together and interlacing the fingers behind the back. If you have the bind, you can gently release, extend the legs towards the ceiling, and from here we can all bend into the knees and slowly lower down onto the back. Being mindful here and taking your time, extend the legs towards the back of the mat, listening to the natural rhythm of your breath. If you have a block, you can begin to reach for the block and place it to your mid-back. Once you find that comfortable spot, begin to release the head to the mat, resting your back over the block. You can reach the arms overhead, taking hold of opposite wrist. Start practicing deep inhales and exhales here. Feel the space in your rib cage and the release in your mid-back. If you don't have a block, you can take fish. You'll bend into the elbows and press into the elbows to lift the head, placing the crown of the head onto the mat, and keep pushing the chest towards the sky. Wherever you are, keep drawing focus onto your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. If you are lying on the block, you can begin to lift yourself up and remove the block from the mat. To release from fish, you can press into the elbows and lift the head up, drawing the chin towards the chest. We'll meet in seated in the middle of the mat. Begin to close your eyes. Rest the palms over the knees, sitting nice and tall. Notice the sensations in the back. Maybe it feels a little easier to sit tall after practice. Notice the air coming in through the nose, flowing down into the lungs, and the air leaving the nostrils, feeling that sweet release. Now bring your attention to your heart, your Anahata Chakra. This is where all our true beliefs stem from, pulling you towards a certain direction, your gut feeling. Let's rest one palm over the heart and then the other. Acceptance, love, compassion, sincerity. Sense a connection to all of these feelings. Your heart can be as deep as the ocean, and we learn a lot about ourselves and others through love. I invite you to think of one thing that you love about yourself. Start the sentence off with "I love" and finish it with the first thing that comes to mind. Repeat it to yourself. Feel gratitude for it. You can release the palms over the knees. We're going to close on this positive note. So inhale, reach the arms overhead, palms touch, bring them through to your heart. Maybe a smile comes up, bow the head, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Namaste.